This is the What I Need podcast, a shared journey exploring topics of society, spirituality, and even ways of being. Here, we speak freely and fully, from the heart and the conscious mind, in hopes to find what we need. Thank you, for your time is valuable and you could have been anywhere else in the universe. All of you are welcomed and appreciated here.
Hello, welcome to the show. It is your host, King Carlton. I am coming at you live today from, well, we're not actually doing the show live, but I'm coming at you right now from Last Mile Cafe here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are located on Hall Street here in Southeast Side Grand Rapids, 49507. What's good? I am rocking this beautiful white apricot latte that's on their spring collection, and they even have these cool straws. Getting into the vibes and everything, all available here right now at Last Mile Cafe. Oh, and that's just delicious. I feel like it has a very balanced sweet to it. It's not like sugary sweet. It's like a natural sweet. And you just feel like you taste all the notes of the fruit as well, the apricot. It has a little creaminess to it. So it's a tea and a latte at the same time. At the same time. Okay, so best of both worlds. And today's episode is about gratitude and developing gratitude as a part of our wellness practice, as a part of our spiritual guidance. And this is imparting spirituality. So you're not separating yourself, whether you are practicing Christian, Buddhism, Islam, whatever it is, wherever you're at, practicing gratitude, you're giving the thanks, wherever you need to give it to. And I feel safe to say that because I'm just here to expand well-being. It doesn't matter where you're being well from, to me. Just that you are well, and see that begins to encompass an all-encompassing. So then you kind of get the point where we're going with that. So gratitude has been a very instrumental part of my own life, I would say. There has been times where you just feel down bad, and sometimes you are down bad. It's looking like, it's a situation, and sometimes when you're in those situations, you don't think that the quote unquote soft, fluffy things like empathy and gratitude and appreciation of your life or self-love will bring you back up and pick you back up. But it absolutely does. In fact, so many times I have just used gratitude statements as affirmations to raise me back up to the vibration that I am accustomed to, which is a high vibration of gratitude, which is a happy, joyful, productive, motivated. This is a normal status, that would be what I consider normal. I try to stray away from using the words normal, because what is normal? We don't know. Sometimes normal had been doubtful for the whole week, sometimes the whole month. As maybe we write down what our norm is. That could be a good practice. My norm is motivated, happy, successful, productive. And then you can star and circle that and say, this is my norm. So that way, when you're in other statuses and you kind of realize, This week seemed off. Let me double check in with what my stated and self-directed norm is. Oh, okay. I'm not something's off. Okay, so let me go into my toolbox here, my self-care toolbox, and begin to unpack. So gratitude is what we bring out today. Um, and that is again to lift us up back into the space that we want to be at, our most highest state of joy, our most highest state of productivity. So briefly explain the significance of gratitude. I think I've done that. Highlight the positive impact on the mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So when we are far outside of gratitude, I think what we begin to realize are lesser things. We begin to find more reasons to complain, find more reasons why it's not working out, find more reasons, and we begin to validate those reasons. We begin to go on the side of doubt, go on the side of self-degradation, and be like, well, yeah, you deserve that you deserve that because, and really all that is a waste of time, because what do you want out of your life? The most, right? You want the most out of your life, period, kind of, right? Well, not even kind of. Yeah. So, that is going to automatically play a role in our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. I'm reading a book right now called The Healing Self by Deepak Chopra and Rudolph E. Tanzi. This is an amazing book which pushes the readers to take account of our own health by learning something about the body, how it actually works, how your cells work, um, and not to shy away from having this knowledge so that when something is going on that's less than health, you have a response that is not out of ignorance, but out of a knowing and out of a learned, knowledgeable resource. So they offer so many different wonderful opportunities in here for the body mind or mind body approach. Let me see here. Now I want to just read a section out of the book for us and go over some of the things that are going to have an effect neurologically and psychologically, and also help us out, just to push us along here. So, how does the body know what to do? Your body uses its intelligence on multiple fronts simultaneously to keep itself balanced, strong, well defended, efficient, coordinated, and aware of everything happening in trillions of cells. Controlled by the host, which is a term they use, includes everything on this agenda. Moreover, each element is being handled in sync with every other element 24 hours a day. All right? The rational mind is not equipped with the wisdom of the body. Consider what is needed at a minimum to simply get out of the body's way and stop undermining it. So this section of the book really encourages us to rely on and give credit to the consciousness of the body. Okay, so that so that we allow this body that every time has healed the cut on your arm on its own, this body that has pumped the blood through your veins to your heart, this body that has allowed neurons to travel through your brain, or has allowed the neurons to create synapses, to travel through your brain. See, we want to get right the processes and know what the processes are of the brain, so we know how magnificent this thing can be, not only the brain, but the body acting on its own. So here are some tips that Deepak Chopra and the Healing Self offers to us in regard to getting out of the body's amazing way and allowing it to act and support you. So in the spirit of cooperation, choices that support the wisdom of the body is reducing stress, fighting against low-level chronic inflammation. So you can take some turmeric. Physical activity every day, going for a walk, going for a bike ride, just a little something. Avoiding toxic air, food, and water. Eating natural whole food diet. Getting sleep every night. Being in a good mood, so gratitude, that's where we're gonna get on that a little bit later here. Take time every day to be alone and quiet. Being centered in yourself without undue distractions, meditation. Getting out of the sympathetic overdrive, as well as they covered in chapter 5. So getting out of the sympathetic overdrive, like fight or flight, staying out of the fight or flight areas. Approaching everyday challenges with a state of relaxed alertness. And I think gratitude also is going to help us in this regard. So doing those activities and change of paradigm, you're actually putting your own body at a higher chance to get rid of colds, metabolize what you eat, just be ready for whatever life throws at you, because life is throwing it out at us all the time, and you might as well be ready, because stay ready, you don't got to get ready, right? So the science behind gratitude, we're going to touch upon the neurological, psychological benefits of gratitude. So that last section that I wrote, my goodness, now here I am plagiarizing that last section that I did not write but read from The Healing Self. This is not my book. Okay. We might need to edit that out. But so the part that I read from The Healing Self, it coincides with this psychological and neurological benefit of practicing gratitude. When you are in gratitude, you are magnetized to those things that are less stressful. You're magnetized to being in a good mood. You're magnetized to really kind of having gratitude for yourself. Oh, you know what? I should get about 6.5 hours of sleep tonight. I deserve that because I have gratitude for, I am in gratitude for my life. A simple affirmation that may draw you into better practices just because it's like, that's what it entails. And these are things that, again, they psychologically kind of sink into the brain. So you kind of reprogram yourself to think in that way instead of commercials programming. Why don't you come on down and get the like? Do you need that, or do you need to be thankful for what you have? The thing on television or whatever, the YouTube commercial, because YouTube is hitting y'all with these commercials real hard and heavy. I know because I'm on YouTube. Is that everything you need? That commercial got 12 seconds. Well, they put about 2 or 3 commercials on your thing nowadays. So that 30 seconds of 3 different commercials to put a subliminal message into your head, and into your subconscious. It was random. It has nothing to do with the rest of your day. See, those are the type of things that are going on. So when you take a moment to do affirmations or what did it say? Take time every day to be alone and quiet, meditation or mindfulness. You're taking time away from the random things that had just impacted your brain and had nothing to do with nothing. And then you feel like, oh, attention is all over the place. And as someone who deals with ADHD, child, even now, I'm just barely able to do I'm just barely filming this. So anyway, number 2, psychologically, it fosters positive emotions, resilience, and sense of connection. Look, people with ADHD are actually very profound and able people. We just a little bit different sometimes. Okay, so um, which can alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. Let me read that over. So, our number 2 point, the science behind gratitude. Psychologically, it fosters positive emotions, resilience, and a sense of connection, which can alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. I definitely would agree with that. Um, I think on days where I have gotten up and kind of been like, I'm dragging myself a little bit out of bed because I just have to get up. There's work to do, or it's just life. You have to get up, right? You got to get up and do something. So sometimes each one of those days doesn't feel like you want to do that. And when we impart a gratitude practice, so we could say morning affirmations. I actually have, and I have also a very cool practice I want to talk about after this. So let's do the norm. Affirmations. I am thankful for today. I am thankful for my job. I am thankful for my car. I am thankful for my Apple Watch. I'm thankful for my phone service. I'm thankful that everything is moving in a positive direction. Okay, so we hit some affirmations in that morning. The morning wasn't feeling that great. Let 12 o'clock roll around and you realize that nothing at all bad has happened. You're like, you know what? I might as well feel good. And then you just kind of get pulled in that direction. It's a conditioning or reconditioning that we have an opportunity to do, and you might as well jump into the universal flow of good on that. Number 3, regular gratitude practice like journaling or expressing thanks can lead to lasting improvements in mental well-being. This is true. Um, just to tackle the first part of that, regular gratitude practices. So during during the winter time here, a lot of us hit a little bout of seasonal depression. We're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I think anybody from the Midwest knows like that's a real thing. The sun is not out, and it can be a gray cloud cover for months, um, for about 4 to 6 months, just gray. Scientifically, the lack of color and things that begins to draw dullness. Excuse me. See, that was an ADHD moment. I can only imagine what that looked like. Anywho, so um the the gray skies and things that we can experience here for months, 4 to 6 months, I'm just straight up gray, 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 gray. That takes an effect on the brain. That kind of careens us into a little bit. Even the happiest person, um, even the most just mindful and strong person, they don't have to be happy. They don't have to actually be the most happiest, ecstatic, happy person. They could be somebody who is just a diligent, like maybe even they're stoic, and that's just their normal. Because there's stoic people that are cool. They're cool too. They're just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm doing my thing. Any personality can be careened kind of down a path of it's just not, I'm just not feeling it, and it could actually be kind of not a real emotion. It is an emotion that was created by the environment that you're in, not the environment itself, not Mother Earth, because we can always be thankful to Mother Earth that we got anything at all. So just the conditions of the amount of color you're seeing, the amount of light you're getting, light, vitamin D. Um, Vitamin D deficiency is causing a sense of depression, but not an actual depression. So then when we let that sense of depression sit on us without maintaining it, it actually draws in the mind to things to actually be depressed about. you have, so the regular gratitude practice, maybe you do feel good going from summer into autumn, but when you take up a routine of gratitude practice, you are managing and maintaining your perceived norm, or the norm. And I have to even do this. I just kind of made that up as we started. But, let's go back to our declaration of normalcy for personal well-being. Well, my declaration of normalcy says I am in a positive, upbeat mood, productive, successful, looking forward to the day. Okay, that's where we know we want to be. We've written it down. We are affirming this is my norm. I would like to just go through life. This is my norm. And I think that's a great way to look at that word norm, because there is no such thing as normal. If you're identifying one for yourself, good for you. And I'm going to do that right after this episode. But anyway, we all have an idea of that in our head, but a lot of times we don't write it down. So, anywho, this regular gratitude practice can help offset the environment or seasonal depressions that could come about. It can actually help you keep your head straight when something actually comes up. Oh well, because we're guaranteed to go through things, but you want to be able to get through them. You don't want to be conquered by them. So how do you stay in like just like a fighter? How do you stay in form to take life on? You got to practice, right? So this is what gratitude can help with. It says journaling or expressing thanks. So as it goes for journaling, and where's my journal? I'd like to share this. All right, so I have my journal here. I got this from Spirit Dreams in Easttown. Shout out Spirit Dreams. This is a bird of paradise, and this whole last year and the year before that, I have definitely been musing the phoenix. This is not a phoenix, but bird of paradise is kind of like on the same theme. So that's why I ended up getting this journal. Like, allow yourself to get into your own symbolism and have be a little mystical for yourself and make life interesting. Okay. Now I'm looking for my gratitude page. So journaling is something that I feel like is a superpower that we are all actually available to. When we journal down and write down our emotions or express ourselves in writing, this is a huge form of expression that could keep, not that there's anything wrong with therapy, but if you're not in therapy, this can keep you, balanced while you are not needing that lucky, or just not in not there in the office. And that is definitely myself at this time. I think therapy is great. I just haven't been in the space to get one, or maybe the medical thing isn't sorted out. We don't have a perfect medical system in this country. We have a decent one, and I'm thankful for what I have. But all the perks and the nuances, they are not always available. So what do you do in the meantime? You had better take care of it yourself, or you won't be taken care of. So journaling, I write down a column of gratitude, 1 through 10, and then I write down a column of I am attracting. What this does is, again, you see commercials on your YouTube. What commercial are you showing yourself that is marketing to you for you to go here, for you to go there? Where are you marketing yourself to go to? So this is a moment of self-care and internal marketing for you to have a destination, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give you a sneak peek on how I would do my gratitude in the morning. So at the top here it says I am here for a purpose and I feel guided every day. So that's like a mantra. Then I go into my gratitude. I am in gratitude for my home. I am in gratitude for my creativity. I am in gratitude for my enthusiasm for life. I am in gratitude for a proactive project. That's one of my clients. I am in gratitude for my parents' love. Needed to do some work there and it's been working. I am in gratitude for good friends. I am in gratitude for my car. I am in gratitude for my health. I'm in gratitude for music. I am in gratitude for spirituality. So here's the attracting side. I'm attracting. This is also from February 2nd, 2025. A lot of these things have come to pass already, and I'm going to tell about that too. Okay, so no wonder why I grabbed this book. I am attracting a good job, abundance. I am attracting stronger friendships. I am attracting mental clarity. I am attracting optimum health. I am attracting action purpose. I am attracting restored faith in myself. I am attracting more good than I can imagine. I am attracting personal stability. I am attracting more love internally and externally. I am attracting ways to be a help to the collective good. Okay? So, hitting that up in the morning. Again, we're getting our fighting stance for life ready. And this is the training. This is like, to me, these things, I think to a lot of us, it can seem like some really like hippy dippy stuff, very, bohemian, like, oh, okay, we're gonna om and do our meditation. But I'm thinking like life is a fight as well. And I'm having to get in the ring every day and make sure that I'm at my height to have, I guess, the best life or what have you that I can in this being, in this body, in this vessel that I'm going through this life. For all I know, it could be one. Well, anyway, for all we know, it could be just one time we get, and it should be treated like that. I mean, it really should be treated like that, no matter what. Even if we feel reincarnation is a thing or whatever, it doesn't matter. What if it's your last one? Doesn't matter. So, we want to be in a mind, body, soul, spiritual fighting stance, not like actual angry and upset or fighting, but that we have to kind of we have to get in the ring with sometimes ourselves. We have to get in the ring with our doubts. We have to get in the ring with our fears. We have to get in the rings with our turmoil. We have to get in the rings with our trauma. You need to be in a fighting stance for that. I was raised in martial arts and Muay Thai kickboxing, and those were the sports that I did during high school, and I just feel like it constantly unfolds and teaches lessons. We're not looking for a fight, and we are not initiating fights, but we are ready to get down if it has to go down like that. This is what the regular gratitude practice can help with, and so I put also here an intention. Again, let me show you the page. So this is how the page is set up. We have an opening statement here. We have a gratitude. We have attracting, and then I have down here intention and delegation. Let me read that for you. My intention to fully participate in love, forgiveness, and in my life. My delegation is to read this once a day all February. So this is from February. And this might seem like kind of like some deep stuff, but I feel like life is Isn't that what it is? You know, we want to go into ourselves and pull ourselves up, and for that to have a awesome and a large effect on our life. And it totally can happen if you're watching this video and you're in a low place right now and you're feeling like, oh, it's just not that good and it's not going to get good. I know how that feels, you know. Um, and you are able to get up out of that, but you're going to have to work for it. And that's what I would, say on this the side of not so much just blind optimism. You're going to have to work on it. Working on your gratitude is a great tool that helps, but it doesn't help unless you work on it. And um, I myself has had to give myself a kick in the butt. I have been around individuals who don't. When we are in that space, it's like we don't want to do it. And I have been I don't know if it's out of line or what it would be, but I have been in people's face before, like pushing gratitude on them and be like, you need to do, you need to have your gratitude practices and blah 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 blah. Like it doesn't matter. It's a personal choice, and and we will encounter the correct amount of suffering and lessons until we start working on those things in our own way. It doesn't have to be this way, but you just, again, to speak it from my personal experience, you go through certain days, weeks, months where you're just like, ugh, I'm ready for this to be over. What the heck is going on? Like, and then you just you just move into the next phase of, okay, I'm about to do something about this. So take your time. However much time that you want to take is how much time you're going to. It has nothing to do with anything I said, and it's not bad. I also want to say that too. It's not bad however much time you take before you start um, maybe uplifting whatever gratitude or uplifting yourself throughout whatever troubles you have. You're not bad. You're not a bad person because you had to encounter a situation that wasn't your favorite until you didn't anymore. You're not a bad person because of that. You are just going through the experience that you had to go through. And one day, that experience is going to furnish a lesson that you are thankful for. Okay? And then we play it into the gratitude. I'm so thankful that I learned the lesson of blank through my hardship. I'm so thankful for what's the name because they showed me that I need to have more self accountability. I'm so thankful for the situation with that job because I learned that I should actually be moving in this direction. So those detriments eventually become a lesson that you're happy that you learned. Okay. So number three, okay, here, discuss how, okay, awesome. So I want to get into some studies, some brief studies that actually show gratitude helping and really just add the value of scientific study into our discussion today. And I've just been running my mouth, so I'm going to take the opportunity to take a deep breath. Okay. So recent studies have shed light on the profound impact of gratitude on mental and physical well-being. So this one speaks to longevity and health. A 2024 study published by the JAMA Psychiatry found that individuals with higher gratitude had a score of 9% lower risk of mortality over 4 years. Gratitude was linked to better cardiovascular health and longevity overall. And, so I'm thankful for my health. This is probably pulling you toward going and getting the gym membership. This is probably pushing you toward taking a couple more walks with the dog. This is probably magnetizing you towards more well-being activities. Just simply because you're incorporating that in the JAMA Psychiatry Institute shows from their study in 2024 that that is true. So, mental health benefits. Research at University of California, Berkeley demonstrated that writing gratitude letters significantly improve mental health outcomes for individuals undergoing counseling. The practice helped reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety even weeks after the activity ended. So, what are we seeing from sending out letters of gratitude to friends, to mom, to dad? Um, we are not only are we spreading, and I love that. I love that letters, gratitude letters. So that means like maybe writing a letter of gratitude to your best friend or text message, email, whatever you want to do, writing a letter of gratitude to mom, just out the blue. Hit them, just imagine hitting those individuals with a random letter of gratitude. Like it's a declaration of gratitude to, again, best friend, mom, dad, the kids. They're gonna be like, "What?" And then how are they? They're just gonna feel. They're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel good that you did it. This practice helped reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety even weeks after the activity had ended. So it's a one time deal. Some of these practices that have had unfolded and unraveled and doubled themselves over the course of weeks. Resilience and relationships. Studies have shown that gratitude fosters resilience during challenging times and strengthens interpersonal connections. Expressing gratitude enhances relationship satisfaction and promotes pro social behaviors. I love that because, you know, sometimes, okay, I'm single right now, but sometimes when we're in relationships, you have like maybe you have like a rough week or something with a partner, and you are really wanting to like just obliterate that tension between you and your baby. So yeah, you could take them out on a date. You could do things like, there's all kind of things you could do to like um, really get back in good terms with your significant other, or show them like that little argument has nothing to, you said something stupid during that argument, and that ain't really what you meant. You know, we've been in situations before where okay, especially I know guys have probably said something stupid, and you really, that's your boo, you're not supposed to talk to them like that, or whatever it is. Okay, writing a letter of gratitude to your significant other, and it's not even got to be no Valentine's Day stuff, fellas. Like everybody, everybody doesn't have to be no Valentine's Day thing. Write a letter of gratitude to your significant other. See how it ignites your relationship. See how it cancels out the little debates and silly things, so you can enjoy the most of your relationship. Um, I love that. I think that's a great opportunity, again, to experience the power of gratitude in your own life at this very moment. All right. And so, as we get into the conclusion here, well, I have a couple more sections. I don't want this to be that long. Overcoming challenges and maintaining gratitude. Address common obstacles and challenges that might arise when practicing gratitude, such as negative thoughts, busy schedules. Okay. So, again, um, yeah, practices. And when I say practices, I mean anything that you do more than once, and anything that is building strength in an area. So whether it's strength training, whether it's exercise at the gym, whether it's praying and meditation, these are practices. You do them more than once. You're building to a certain goal. You're going somewhere off of these processes, right? Um, with gratitude, I feel that when we start getting into our, when the good starts coming in and you start feeling like, oh, okay, it's all good. Like, I have what I need. So, one thing that can happen is you can start to lag on your gratitude practice because you thought, I'm good. Oh, I'm good now. I'm good. That's fine. You probably are because you have been practicing your gratitude, right? So you probably are good. But you don't want to stop just because you're good. You want to continue, just like a fighter, just like a athlete, just like a career-driven person. They don't stop going to work. They don't stop going to the gym. They don't stop doing what got them into that shape. You continue doing your gratitude practice so you stay in that gratitudinal state. So negative thoughts. Okay, if you're having negative thoughts, that's all the more reason to practice the gratitude. If you get in the rut, okay, let's say you fall out of this space of everything is going great, all my needs are met. Let's say you're having that down week and you're having that week that is not feeling so good. Something happened, life happened, and it's just been a drag this week. I can't really beat it because, it's life itself. Something happened. It's out of my control. This is the time to practice the gratitude when it's the difficult time, when it is not going that great, when the words coming out, it might almost sound ridiculous. I'm thankful for my life. Well, I'm kind of upset with the way life is going right now. Okay, just say the affirmation, okay? Just do it. Do it anyway from that lower idea because that's when you need to do it. That's when obviously you need to be uplifted. So that's what my answer is into negative thoughts. Busy schedule, you got time to do everything else. You can make time for you to do 10 minutes in the morning before you leave. And I definitely recommend doing practices and things of this nature, meditation, affirmations, even prayers. Do it in the morning. If you have to choose one of doing it at night or doing it in the morning, do it in the morning because you're starting your day off on what foot? Oh, I'm starting the day off on a shaky foot. I'm starting today off on a doubtful foot. Well, then why don't you do your affirmations in the morning so that way you can garner some bracing for the day, and it kind of, if something happens, here's a good example. So I can have an affirmation that says, I am avoiding stressful situations. Ooh, that's a good one. I haven't even done that. But you can have an affirmation in the morning. I am avoiding negativity and stressful situations. You get in the car, everybody is traffic and blah 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 blah. And instead of going into road rage, you're avoiding negativity and stressful situation. Those cars were going to be there anyway, hun. Those traffic was going to be there anyway. It don't make sense for you to get upset on top of the traffic that you had to impart anyway. So, since you have already affirmed, I'm avoiding negativity and stressful situations, the road rage that you were going to jump into and all the cursings and stuff that you were going to do to everyone, because that is still casting curses. If you out there cursing people when you road rage it, you're sending curses. Stop doing it. Stop. And it's, without taking the esoteric part out of casting curses, you are saying a curse word out of your mouth when you said, hey, that is not the kind of karma, that is not the kind of reap what you sow that you want to be collecting. Is a hey, F you to some random person that's going to be out of your way in the next 5 seconds. So I am avoiding negativity and stressful situations. Said in the morning, the tension of driving to work, and I know this for my California people, that tension of driving into work in this traffic, you just sit there. I am slightly annoyed, but I'm not gonna say anything. Even that, I'm slightly annoyed, but I'm not gonna say anything. To go in and letting your anger pop off, because I have done it before and been like, what the, why would you do that? And then you're all amped up. You talking about what that person did for another 5 minutes, and another thing is gonna happen before you even get to work. Stop. Stop it. Okay. Share a real life story of example. Okay, yep, I already did that. And the transformative power of gratitude. Summarize key benefits and advantages of practicing gratitude. Emphasize its positive effect on overall well-being. Again, sorry, I keep hitting this desk. Again, gratitude is going to basically magnetize you towards a higher feeling. It is a powerful tone and vibration that we hold when we have a moment of true gratitude. That's what I wanted to say on this episode before we depart. So I have a practice for you guys. So gratitude is, and this is something that has been studied. Um, there's color spectrum studies that have been done on the body when we have certain emotions, and they have put these emotions into a range of frequency. Okay, right? And you can look that up, you can do some research about that. But the truth that I want to reveal about that today is that we truly are holding a frequency and a color, but more so I want to focus on frequency when we are feeling certain emotions. So these emotions that we feel are actually outputting a vibration or frequency that is very real, and it affects us, and it affects us first of all, and it has an opportunity to affect beyond that. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is learn this practice, or just have me demonstrate for you. So I put my hand over my heart. I take my full awareness just to the beating there. Okay. And simply just draw onto a gratitude for this beating heart. This heart that's been inside me my entire life, that is still going and producing life. And then I breathe in slowly. Hold at the top and out. Okay, so that felt so good. That is that is I'm not even playing. So you take full awareness there. When I say full awareness, and I'm sorry I keep bumping this table. When I say full awareness, I mean if there's any background thoughts going on, do not engage. Don't think about any of that. If there's any, oh, I need to do this, take your mind into focus, and that's why I say you put your hands onto your beating heart, because you could feel that, subtle beat, and that's all you. That's all you. So it's important because it's you. It's what you've got to live, and it makes sure that you're alive. So when we take the awareness to our heart, there's almost no way that you can't be in gratitude. Okay, so then you feel the beat of the heart, and you're thinking gratitude now. That is, now those two, that's the feeling tone. That's the feeling tone of gratitude. So then when you breathe in slowly, okay, and then hold, and then breathe out. Okay. That feeling, whatever happened there, that is the feeling tone of gratitude. You can begin to do that as a regular practice, and you can even expand putting that feeling tone onto other things. Now, once you get familiar with the tone, and it took me several months to develop that and understand it. And my understanding of that actually came from moments where life was not feeling like a bouquet of roses. So I'm sharing the practice because it's a very powerful way to jump right into gratitude, to literally feel it, and then be able to expand and hold into those feeling tones. We know that scientific research has done body scans on people and shown there's frequencies that resonate with fear, doubt, and worry, extreme irate. We can feel those things when we are in those positions. We can remember when we had road rage that one time, and it was just ridiculous. And you had riled yourself up, and you felt a heat over your body because you were so angry at the person. They didn't put their blinker on, right? That's that feeling tone of anger. So when we go over and we learn the feeling tones of gratitude, we can also feel into that. We can also uplift and magnify that. And then we avoid the opposite spectrum of that example, the road rage, irrational anger. There's really no need. It's really not, nothing is accomplished. Nothing is accomplished by something such as road rage, right? There's several other situations like that happen, and you can start to identify them per your own time and whatever else you want to do after this episode. But there's several situations that are completely unnecessary that sometimes we as humans do, and then it just produced nothing beneficial, right? So I'm ending this with a call to action, inspiring viewers to practice gratitude this week. Go ahead and you could just do that simple practice which I showed you, and put the hand over the heart, begin to take that full awareness just to the beating of the heart. So you may need to be quiet for a couple seconds and allow your just to feel that. In the mind, gratitude, my heart is beating. Okay, and then breathe in slowly. Now, if you just do that, if you do your affirmations in the morning, try that this week. This is a call to action for you to practice gratitude, to feel and experience the transformative power of gratitude. Summer is around the corner. We want to feel good. We want the sun coming out. We want to feel just the most of life that we can. And I want you to be able to enjoy that. This has been the What I Need podcast. It's your host, King Carlton. I'm here at Last Smile Cafe, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Southeast Side. Make sure you come check it out.